Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for day 42. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year, this is for February 11. The Old Testament reading is from Exodus 9 and Exodus 10. Exodus 9. And Yahweh said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh and say to him, Thus says Yahweh, the God of the Hebrews, Release my people so that they may serve me. But if you are refusing to release and you still are keeping hold of them, look, the hand of Yahweh is about to be present with a very severe plague on your livestock that are in the field, on the horses, on the donkeys, on the camels, on the cattle, and on the sheep and goats. But Yahweh will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt, and not a thing will die from all that belongs to the Israelites. And Yahweh set an appointed time, saying, Tomorrow Yahweh will do this thing in the land. And Yahweh did this thing the next day. All the livestock of Egypt died, but from the livestock of the Israelites not one died. And Pharaoh sent to check, and it turned out not even one from the livestock of Israel had died, but Pharaoh's heart was insensitive, and he did not release the people. And Yahweh said to Moses and to Aaron, Take for yourselves full handfuls of soot from a smelting furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heavens before the eyes of Pharaoh. And it will become fine dust over all the land of Egypt. And it will become fine dust over all the land of Egypt. And it will become on humans and on animals a skin sore, sprouting blisters in all the land of Egypt. And they took the soot of the smelting furnace, and they stood before Pharaoh. And Moses sprinkled it towards the heavens, and it became skin sores, sprouting blisters on humans and on animals. And the magicians were not able to stand before Moses because of the skin sores, for the skin sores were on the magicians and on all the Egyptians. And Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not listen to them, as Yahweh had spoken to Moses. And Yahweh said to Moses, Start early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Look, he is going out to the water, and you must say to him, Thus says Yahweh, the God of the Hebrews, Release my people so that they may serve me. For at this time I am sending all of my plagues to you personally, and among your servants, and among your people, so that you will know that there is no one like me in all the earth. For now I could have stretched out my hand, and I could have struck you and your people with the plague, and you would have perished from the earth. But for the sake of this I have caused you to stand, for the sake of showing you my strength, and in order to proclaim my name in all the earth. Still, you are behaving haughtily to my people by not releasing them. Look, about this time tomorrow, I am going to cause very severe hail to rain, the like of which has not been in Egypt from the day it was founded until now. And now send word, Bring into safety your livestock and all that belongs to you in the field. The hail will come down on every human and animal that is found in the field and not gathered into the house, and they will die. Anyone from the servants of Pharaoh who feared the word of Yahweh caused his servants and livestock to flee to the houses. But whoever did not give regard to the word of Yahweh abandoned his servants and his livestock in the field. And Yahweh said to Moses, Stretch out your hand to the heavens, and let there be hail in all the land of Egypt, on human and on animal, and on all the vegetation of the field in the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched out his staff to the heavens, and Yahweh gave thunder and hail, and fire went to the earth, and Yahweh caused hail to rain on the land of Egypt. And there was hail, and fire was flashing back and forth in the midst of the very severe hail, the like of which was not in all the land of Egypt since it had become a nation. And the hail struck in all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, from human to animal, and the hail struck all the vegetation of the field, and smashed every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites were, there was no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called Moses and Aaron and said to them, I have sinned this time. Yahweh is the righteous one, and I and my people are the wicked ones. Pray to Yahweh. The thunder of God and hail are enough, and I will release you, and you will no longer have to stay. And Moses said to him, At my leaving the city, I will spread out my hands to Yahweh. The thunder will stop, and the hail will be no more, so that you will know that the earth belongs to Yahweh. But as for you and your servants, I know that you do not yet fear the presence of Yahweh God. And the flax and the barley were struck, because the barley was in the ear, and the flax was in bud. But the wheat and the spelt were not struck, because they are late ripening. And Moses went from Pharaoh out of the city, and he spread his hands to Yahweh, and the thunder and the hail stopped, and rain did not pour on the earth. And Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunder stopped, and he again sinned and made his heart insensitive, he and his servants. And Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he did not release the Israelites, as Yahweh had said by the agency of Moses. Exodus 10. And Yahweh said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh, for I have made his heart insensitive, and the heart of his servants, in order to put these signs of mine in his midst, so that you will tell in the ears of your child and your grandchild that I dealt harshly with the Egyptians, and so that you will tell about my signs that I have done among them, and so you will know that I am Yahweh. And Moses and Aaron came to Pharaoh, and they said to him, Thus says Yahweh, the God of the Hebrews, Until when will you refuse to submit before me? Release my people so that they may serve me. But if you are refusing to release my people, look, I am about to bring locusts into your territory tomorrow, and they will cover the surface of the land, and no one will be able to see the land, and they will eat the remainder of what is left over for you from the hail. And they will eat every sprouting tree belonging to you from the field. And your houses will be full, and the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all Egypt, something that your fathers and your grandfathers never saw from the day they were on the earth until this day. And he turned and went out from Pharaoh. And the servants of Pharaoh said to him, Until when will this be a snare for us? Release the men so that they may serve Yahweh their God. Do you not yet know that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Serve Yahweh your God. Who are the ones going? And Moses said, With our young and with our old we will go, with our sons and with our daughters. With our sheep and goats and with our cattle we will go, because it is the feast of Yahweh for us. And he said to them, Let Yahweh be thus with you as soon as I release you and your dependents. See that evil is before your faces. No, indeed, just the men go and serve Yahweh, since that is what you are seeking. And he drove them out from the presence of Pharaoh. And Yahweh said to Moses, Stretch out your hand over the land of Egypt with the locust, so that they may come up over the land of Egypt. And let them eat all the vegetation of the land, all that the hail left behind. And Moses stretched out his staff over the land of Egypt, and Yahweh drove an east wind into the land all that day and all night. The morning came, and the east wind had brought the locusts. And the locust went up over all the land of Egypt, and they settled in all the territory of Egypt, very severe. Before it there were not locusts like them, nor will there be after it. And they covered the surface of all the land, and the land was dark with them. And they ate all the vegetation of the land, and all the fruit of the trees that the hail had left. And no green was left in the trees, nor in the vegetation of the field, in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh hurried to call Moses and Aaron. And he said, I have sinned against Yahweh your God and against you. And now forgive my sin surely this time, and pray to Yahweh your God, so that he may only remove from me this death." And he went out from Pharaoh, and he prayed to Yahweh. And Yahweh turned a very strong west wind, and lifted up the locust, and thrust them into the Red Sea, and not one locust remained in all the territory of Egypt. And Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not release the Israelites. And Yahweh said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand toward the heavens, so that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, and so that a person can feel darkness." And Moses stretched out his hand toward the heavens, and there was the darkness of night in all the land of Egypt for 3 days. No one could see his brother, and because of it no one could move from where they were for 3 days. But there was light for the Israelites in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called Moses and said, "Go, serve Yahweh. Only your sheep and goats and your cattle must be left behind. Your dependents may also go with you." And Moses said, "Even if you put yourself into our hand, sacrifices and burnt offerings, and we offer them to Yahweh our God, our livestock must also go with us. Not a hoof can be left, because we must take from them to serve Yahweh our God. And we will not know with what we are to serve Yahweh until we come there." And Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he was not willing to release them. And Pharaoh said to him, "Go from me. Be careful not to see my face again, because on the day of your seeing my face you will die." And Moses said, "That is right. I will not again see your face." The New Testament reading is from Matthew chapter 26, from verse 69 through the end of the chapter, and then Matthew chapter 27, the first 10 verses. Matthew 26:69. Now Peter was sitting outside in the courtyard, and a female slave came up to him and said, "You also were with Jesus the Galilean." But he denied it in the presence of them all, saying, "I do not know what you mean." And when he went out to the gateway, another female slave saw him and said to those who were there, "This man was with Jesus the Nazarene." And again he denied it with an oath, "I do not know the man." And after a little while, those who were standing there came up and said to Peter, "You really are one of them also, because even your accent reveals who you are." Then he began to curse and to swear with an oath, "I do not know the man." And immediately a rooster crowed. And Peter remembered the statement Jesus had said, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." And he went outside and wept bitterly. Matthew 27. Now when it was early morning, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel against Jesus in order to put him to death. And after tying him up, they led him away and handed him over to Pilate the governor. Then when Judas, the one who had betrayed him, saw that he had been condemned, he regretted what he had done, and returned the 30 silver coins to the chief priests and elders, saying, "I have sinned by betraying innocent blood." But they said, "What is that to us? You see to it." And throwing the silver coins into the temple, he departed, and he went away and hanged himself. But the chief priests took the silver coins and said, "It is not permitted to put them into the temple treasury, because it is blood money." And after taking counsel, they purchased with them the potter's field for a burial place for strangers. For this reason, that field has been called the Field of Blood until today. Then what was spoken by the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled, who said, "And they took the 30 silver coins, the price of the one who had been priced, on whom a price had been set by the sons of Israel, and they gave them for the potter's field, just as the Lord directed me." The wisdom literature reading is from Psalm 20. Psalm 20. For the music director, a psalm of David. May Yahweh answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of Jacob's God protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary, and from Zion may he sustain you. May he remember all your sufferings, and your burnt offering may he regard favorably. May he give to you your heart's desire, and your every plan may he fulfill. May we shout for joy over your victory, and in the name of our God may we set up banners. May Yahweh fulfill all your requests. Now I know that Yahweh will help his anointed. He will answer him from his holy heaven with the victorious power of his right hand. Some boast in chariots and others in horses, but we boast in the name of Yahweh our God. They will collapse and fall, and we will rise and stand firm. Rescue, O Yahweh, let the King answer us when we call. This concludes the reading for Day 42. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the Global Outreach Ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.